I used to think every open road was trying to tell me something. I left before the seasons changed, before familiar turned to real, before anybody noticed the parts of me I tried to conceal. I became good at temporary, good at names without attachment, good at making every goodbye sound accidental. I watched cities through hotel windows, watched mornings through airplane glass, thinking if I kept moving, nothing would ever last. But somewhere after all those miles, I got tired of becoming somebody else. You asked, what if your life isn't waiting at the end of something? And suddenly I had nowhere to look. The places I never stayed still live somewhere in me. Old conversations, half-filled rooms, versions I didn't keep. The places I never stayed still call me now and then. For the first time, I don't feel like following them. Following them. You talked about ordinary evenings like they deserved a photograph, open windows and late dinners, and not needing to make them last. You said maybe peace isn't dramatic, maybe peace is quiet enough to miss. I smiled because somehow that sounded familiar. The piano widened underneath us, strings slowly filled the room, and suddenly all my old escapes didn't feel important. Maybe freedom isn't movement, maybe peace isn't change, maybe all this time I was leaving before life could say my name. The places I never stayed still live somewhere in me. Old conversations, half-filled rooms, versions I didn't keep. The places I never stayed still call me now and then. But for the first time, I don't feel like following them. Following them. I thought distance would protect me, I thought movement made me brave. But roads don't remember faces, roads don't ask you to remain. People do, and maybe that's why I kept leaving. Electric before the seasons change, before familiar turned to real, before anybody noticed the parts of me I tried to conceal. I became good at temporary, good at names without attachment, good at making every goodbye sound accidental. I watched cities through hotel windows, watched mornings through airplane glass, thinking if I kept moving and nothing if your life isn't waiting at the end of something? And suddenly I had nowhere to look. The places I never stayed still live somewhere in me. Old conversations have filled rooms, versions I didn't keep. The places I never stayed still call me now and then. For the first time, I don't feel like following them. Following them. You talked about ordinary evenings like they deserve a photograph. Open windows and late dinners, and not needed to make them last. You said maybe peace isn't dramatic, but maybe peace is quite enough to miss. I smiled because somehow that sounded familiar. The piano widened underneath us, the strings slowly filled the room, and suddenly all my old escapes didn't feel important. Maybe freedom isn't movement, maybe peace isn't changed. Maybe freedom isn't movement, maybe peace is my name. You asked, what if your life isn't waiting at the end of something? And suddenly I had nowhere to look. The places I never stayed still live somewhere in me. Old conversations have filled rooms, versions I didn't keep. The places I never stayed still call me now and then. But for the first time, I don't feel like following them. Following them. You talked about ordinary evenings like they deserved a photograph. Open windows and late. I always thought the road would notice if I stopped. I left so often it became a language, half-packed bags and quiet exits. Every goodbye sounded temporary, every return felt unfinished. I memorized the shape of highways and the names of towns at night, convinced that somewhere farther west everything would finally feel right. I kept old motel keys in the console, old maps with folded seams, thinking movement meant becoming something bigger than me. Then one evening you looked over and asked if tomorrow didn't ask you to leave, would you know how to stay? And suddenly the room got quiet. The road doesn't miss me back, no matter how far I drive, no matter how many sunsets disappear into the night. The road doesn't miss me back, but maybe that's okay, because for the first time there's something here that makes me wanna stay. You talked about ordinary evenings like they were were worth protecting. Dinner plates and open windows, and songs without endings. You said, maybe people don't need forever, maybe they just need one reason. I smiled, because somehow that sounded enough. The strings entered quietly, pedal steel stretched across the room, and suddenly every old direction felt softer than before. Maybe freedom isn't distance, maybe peace isn't escape. Maybe all these years I kept moving because nobody asked me to stay. The road doesn't miss me back, no matter how far I drive, no matter how many sunsets disappear into the night. The road doesn't miss me back, but maybe that's okay, because for the first time there's something here that makes me want to stay. Stay. I thought leaving meant courage, I thought distance meant control. But roads don't remember birthdays, roads don't know your stories, roads don't wait. People do, maybe that's what I've been looking for all along. The road doesn't miss me back, and maybe it never did. Maybe roads are meant for moving, not for where you live. The road doesn't miss me back, but tonight I finally see home isn't where you stop driving, it's where somebody waits for you. Waits for you. Waits for you. Electric guitar, bananas. I still love the road, I just don't belong to it anymore. Feels quiet enough to hear breathing. I used to think life happens somewhere else. I spent years arriving halfway, never fully unpacking my days, always leaving something unfinished, just in case I needed to escape. I learned the comfort of departure, the feeling of an open door, like movement itself could promise something more. I counted seasons by highways, counted sunsets by location, and somehow every destination started looking the same. And one evening, you didn't ask what came next, you asked what I wanted. I said, I don't know anymore. And for the first time, it didn't feel like failure. When nothing needed changing, I finally looked around, noticed distant skyline calling, no wheels against the ground. When nothing needed changing, I heard things I forgot, the sound of slow conversations, and all the things I thought I lost, I thought I lost. He talked about ordinary hours like they had their own design, reading while the rain kept falling and not apologizing for time. He said, maybe life isn't hiding, maybe you're just walking too fast. I smiled, because somehow that sounded true. The fretless bass moved quietly, like old memories breathing slow. And suddenly every road behind me didn't need to be explained. Maybe freedom isn't movement, maybe peace isn't arrival. Maybe all this time I forgot stillness can be alive. When nothing needed changing, I finally looked around. No distant skyline calling, no wheels against the ground. When nothing needed changing, I heard things I forgot, the sound of slow conversations, and all the things I thought I lost, thought I lost, thought I lost. Thought I needed a reason to stop and stay a while, but maybe not leaving is reason enough. Maybe the world doesn't open when you go farther. Maybe it opens when you remain. When nothing needed changing, not every road means progress, not every leaving's good. When nothing needed changing, I stopped asking for more and found a kind of silence I never stayed long enough for. Long enough for. I always thought peace would feel unfamiliar. Turns out it felt like this. The room feels larger than the sound. Maybe not every road needs to become a story. I used to leave before the weather changed, before people learned my name, before routines started forming, before comfort felt too safe. I told myself the road was honest, because roads don't ask for much. Just keep moving, keep your distance, don't let anybody touch. I kept old directions folded inside the lining of my coat. And every place that almost kept me turned into another note. Then one afternoon you looked at me like I didn't have to go. You said you always talk about tomorrow. Do you ever notice today? And somehow I couldn't answer where the evening slows. That's where I found you. Not in city lights, not in somewhere new. Where the evening slows and the shadows lose their edge, I stopped chasing every horizon and stayed instead. Stayed instead. Stayed instead. Stayed instead. You talked about ordinary moments like they carried hidden gold. Open windows, second coffees, and stories growing old. You said maybe people don't need more, maybe they need enough. I laughed because nobody had ever made enough. Sound beautiful, the bass moved underneath the silence. Piano widened every phrase, and suddenly all my old ambitions didn't feel as loud. Maybe freedom is a movement, maybe peace is an escape. Maybe all this time I confuse leaving with change. Where the evening slows, that's where I found you. Not in city lights, not in somewhere new. Where the evening slows and the shadows lose their edge, I stopped chasing every horizon and stayed instead. Stayed instead. Stayed instead. Stayed instead. I thought the road made me somebody. I thought distance made me wise. But roads don't tell you who you are, they only tell you where you've been. And maybe for the first time, that's enough. Where the evening slows, I don't need another sign. No more counting exits, no more trying to outrun time. Where the evening slows and the world turns gold again, I finally found a place that didn't ask who I'd been, didn't ask who I'd been. I used to think peace would feel bigger. Turns out it feels like this.
First time in a long while, I didn't start the engine. There was a time I'd count the exits before I ever sat down, always halfway out the doorway, never long enough in town. I wore freedom like a lucky jacket, worn thin around the seams, filled the silence with directions, and called that chasing dreams. I kept old roads inside my pockets, old sunsets in my head, believing if I stayed too long I'd become somebody else instead. Then one evening you poured 2 cups of coffee without asking if I'd go. You said you don't always have to decide. Sometimes you can just stay and see. And somehow that felt impossible. If I don't leave tonight, will the morning still arrive? Will these old restless hands remember how to hold instead of drive? If I don't leave tonight, will the world still turn around? Because somewhere in your quiet I hear a different sound. Stay a while, stay a while, stay a while. You talked about familiar places like they weren't something to escape. Kitchen lights and open windows and letting ordinary stay. You said, maybe home isn't forever, maybe it's just where you exhale. I smiled, because nobody had ever made stillness sound alive. The electric guitar drifted softly, bass moved slowly underneath, and suddenly all my old reasons started losing their weight. Maybe freedom isn't distance, maybe peace isn't control. Maybe I kept leaving because staying felt too close. If I don't leave tonight, will the morning still arrive? Will these old restless hands remember how to hold instead of drive? Because somewhere in the quiet I hear a different sound. Stay a while, stay a while. I thought movement kept me honest, I thought roads kept me free. Roads don't know your stories, roads don't wait, roads don't see. People do, and maybe that's what scared me most. I won't confuse peace with fear. Stay a while, stay a while. thought leaving was courage. Tonight, I'm not so sure.
I used to think the world only changed